How's it going on out there, everyone in our Wildcat world? Cats Chat back live with you. My name is Michael. Mark is on my left, I think, yes. We're excited to be back for this episode. Of course, a lot to talk about, and I'm excited to talk about some of this stuff. I need to recap where we weren't able to go on last week. Well, of course, I was at the women's SEC tournament for a few days. I did have to come back to the paid job a little bit, but
back to reality.
Before we get
That's what it was.
How you been doing, sir?
I've been doing all right, man. Just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Work. Just luckily the basketball games have stopped now. I mean, not luckily, I guess. I kind of miss them, but moving into baseball season,
Right.
and saw a few baseball games. But just I'm getting antsy because it's tourney time. You know, it's that time in March where you watch a little basketball during school while you work on your math, and it's been doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Today's my off day. Went to the chiropractor in Middlesboro, as I always try to do, because, man, in less than a month, I'll be 40, and I'm getting old, and I just don't like that. So, but got to take
never been to a
self-care.
chiropractor.
Really? If you ever went, you'd love it. You really would.
I don't know.
But anyways, with that being said, I'm really excited for one thing, and I want to go ahead and ask you guys, hopefully I sound okay, because if you haven't noticed, I've got a beautiful purple sticker with the smiley face sunglasses, or pink, that my daughter put on my new lapel mic that I bought, that hopefully we can go to some games and actually hook up with some of the players or coaches and do like street interviews with fans or whatnot, and locker room interviews too. And hopefully it works okay. I hope I'm not too loud as well. I think I can control the monitor or
No,
the
you
volume
sound-
on here. I
you
know I
sound
can.
good on my end. I don't know about everybody else.
Okay. Of course, Paul going on ahead and saying that Hazard's going to state. A lot of mountain teams are going to state. Hazard,
I know Letcher
I
County
wanna-
Central girls are going.
girls, yeah. And let's see here, there was a couple more that I knew that I've already forgotten, because where I went to Alice Lloyd College here, somebody made a post that said like 13th, 15th, or I'm sorry, 14th, 15th, 16th region is coached by Alice Lloyd alums, and I can't remember what teams they were.
That's
now,
cool.
but I thought it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. We've been on here for 3 minutes, shouting around here a little bit. We do know that there was a game that we're not used to on Wednesday for the SEC tournament. We didn't know this was even a thing, but beginning of the year, Rich Brooks, Kenny Brooks put out this big hot video of him breaking records and how much he's broken in his first season, and second season looked to break more. Well, Mark Pope has now broken a record. He is the first Kentucky head coach to win an SEC game on a Wednesday. Congratulations, Mark Pope, on that. You're taking us to high places on that. Nah, that's a joke, guys. But seriously, Wednesday at 12:30, I think, is when the game started. It was kind of weird to have an SEC game this early as far as what we're used to. We all know that this is our first time playing on Wednesday, but a lot of speculations went on that Pope didn't want to practice on Monday when they first got there, but wanted to practice on Tuesday at the same time they would be playing today. Some people were calling him out as far as, why are you not practicing all this stuff? Who cares what was going on? But
Well, he just wasn't practicing at Bridgestone. They still practiced. I mean, it just wasn't at Bridgestone Arena.
on Monday, I think they practiced yesterday at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. But there's just a lot of speculation going on with that. But we came out with a W. Who cares what happened now? So what's your first thoughts over the whole game? If you don't care, we'll kind of break it down a little bit more in depth here.
I like to see Brandon Garrison get going. He looked good. But it's one of those situations, when he took that, he hit those two back-to-back threes. He just missed the dunk. And I was so frustrated. Yeah. I'm like, come on. And then he hits back-to-back threes. So, I mean, that's got to be good to boost that confidence. Because if he'd have missed that first three, he'd have been out.
Yes, so, more than likely.
He would have been pulled probably immediately. But, I like seeing him step up, play a really good game. My frustration with our team right now, though, I feel like sometimes we get too one-dimensional. We get to the point where it's almost like watching one player try to kind of take over, and you can't win that way. You can't be selfish. You got it. When we share the ball, this team is good. This team is really good. But sometimes I feel like somebody will get a little hot and then they don't want to pass for a while. Now that's on the offensive side. And I'm okay with that. There's several people that are guilty of it. It's not just one guy either. It's several of them. But the defensive end is where my main frustration comes from. you know, you're at tournament time. Why are we still going under screens? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we still getting lost on switches? Why are we not talking, going switch? And then as soon as you can, switch back. You don't just switch and keep a big man on a guard. I mean, it's just – and what was up today with our defense on McKinnon? We just let him do what he wanted. And it didn't matter who was guarding him. Didn't matter if it was Cam. Didn't matter if it was Owe. Like, he was getting by people. So –
we'll get to that in a little bit. As far as Brown becoming possibly the GM, we'll get to that in just a second. Yeah, I don't want to take away from a win, but I will say that we got lucky that LSU did not shoot very well. There's a couple wide open threes down the stretch that they just flat out missed. A couple of misreads assignments that Kentucky got lost on, and they still missed the shots. Even a couple, as we call bunnies, that were missed too. So we move on, and I mean, if this was Florida, I don't think we win it because of the misassigned communication. And I almost thought it was comical because we know how Garrison has been all season. Let's just call it what it is. He's very emotional. Sometimes the play doesn't compare to his emotion that he shares. Today he played good. The announcers absolutely loved him.
I liked it.
But there was numerous times that he would switch on the pick, do good as far as that. But there was no communications going back to like, hey, let's get the switch back, as you know you're referring to. And then Garrison was up on an island at the 3-point line a couple of times where he really should have switched. And then there was one time, and this is the one that kind of sticks out. I'm sorry. Chandler, there we go. Walter messaged me. He always wants the message during the show to try to distract me. And you won, Walter Craig. Thank you so much.
Good job, Walter.
So Chandler was out on the 3 guarding a guy, of course, and then Garrison got the pick. They switched whatever. So Chandler went down low to the block with the big, as he's supposed to do, but Garrison slowly went back to the paint to pick up this big man, but never communicated, never spoke a word.
Yeah, you got to
what he was doing.
Tall. You have to.
And so Chandler was still on the big, and Garrison had made it back, and that left the corner 3 wide open, and they skipped past it over to it. They found the right read. They shot it and just missed. And I was like, man, that would have been a big moment for us to lose if that would have been them.
Open threes, several.
Yes. So that's one thing I do want to say, Pope, please show that video, show those videos of where we're thinking right, but we're not vocal enough to actually say anything to where we are on the same page. Because Chandler shouldn't have left his man. He should have stayed on the big, I'm saying. He should have stayed on the big. Garrison should have came back like he did, but they didn't communicate to let Chandler know, hey, get out there. The perfect thing would have done. All they had to do was speak. Mark, you want to read that? It's way too long.
It says Kentucky played on Wednesday in the 79 SEC tournament in Birmingham. They beat Ole Miss, ultimately losing to Tennessee in the championship game.
All right, thank you for that fact check.
I wonder if it was just. I wonder if they just did like they started earlier.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, like
probably wasn't 16 teams.
Maybe they started Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know. See, that's not my – I was born in the 80s, so that's not my lifetime.
I got you. Okay, here's the comment. It starts out, I know a lot of people might be mad, so go ahead, Mark. I can't. It's too quick.
He says, BG, JJ, Noah, Mo should hit the portal. Pope can't miss on the portal this time. His job is on the line. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't blame a couple of those guys on the list if they did hit the portal.
I honestly think that JJ, as Yelovich we're talking about, I think he's not used to his full potential.
I think he's talking about Jasper Johnson.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But I was going to mention that about Yelovich. I'm sorry. Jasper Johnson, man, he dribbles off his knee more than he does his hand. I think he can get it together, though.
He's still got a sweet shot. He's learning.
He's very offensive-minded. I still blame overtime for that because it's nothing but offense, no defense. Yelovich, he got his starting position back through the season. He had 7 of our first, I think, 9 or 11 points, whatever. But yet he's still not to his full capacity of what we could use him. He's good down low, and he's got a sweet shot. I really wish we'd use him a little bit more because, well, that's a missing factor, having him being productive. It opens up the paint so much.
Are you talking about Yelovich? Is that who you're talking about?
Yelovich. Yeah, Yelovich.
I think one thing, in the offseason, he's just going to have to hit the weight room too, because I think that's one thing he's seeing too. SEC play is a lot more physical than European play.
Buddy's telling us there are 10 teams in the 79.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But Mo, Mo is such a wild card to me as far as just going with what Dougie, I guess, Hudson was saying up here, because he gives you great minutes, he gives you extra possessions, but yet he does some very costing things. That three that he airballed so much, that was, he had to shoot it because it was open and it was the right read. But I'd almost rather him, instead of shooting the three, take you one dribble or something, come in and then pull it. Or at least drive.
He'll try to take on a triple or quadruple team as well. And I'm just like, you don't need that in that instance. Like, I love his aggressiveness. I love his, like, he battles. He does.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
that's one thing.
It's like he just has a lapse and he's like, why don't I try this?
I don't know. And, we've heard Yelovich say in the last press conference that, it's not so much fatigue. It's more that, if the game doesn't come to you in a couple of minutes, you don't shoot, and then, you get gun happy, basically, you want to pull triggers. I don't know if Mo is some ways like that, because sometimes it does seem like he forces the drive down low, but he sometimes converts miraculously some things. But, yeah, I like Mo. I can't. The thing is, BG and Mo can't be on the court at the same time, in my opinion, unless Garrison's hitting them threes like this. Then you can stretch it out there.
Well, because that stretches out the defense.
Right, and it doesn't clog the paint with Ortega driving as much as he does. But I want to ask you this, speaking of Ortega, when do you think we look our best on offense? Obviously, I'm leading with Ortega on this, but
I mean, I don't like. I feel like a lot of times we get caught standing on offense. Like, like I said, we ball watch. Like, especially if it gets in, some people's hands, we just watch and wait, see what they're going to do. And I feel like there's not enough movement going on. Man, I couldn't say when I feel like we're at our best offensively. I don't know. I've never really thought about that.
I think we look best when Ortega is driving early in the shot clock, in my opinion. Doesn't have to always score. He does get that where he wants to shoot pretty much every time he gets it. He makes a lot. But I think we look best when we're halfway running a play and we are still being aggressive to try to get to the goal. What I'm saying by that, there's many times in the early possessions that we took it off and you could tell we were running an offensive set that Pope must have called and said, hey, run this, do this, and all this whole 9 yards. And it got us down to about like 7 or 8 seconds in the shot clock. And then it almost looked like, well, it didn't work out, and we kind of had to force some stuff. We talk about this numerous times where we just jack up a three and there's no prayer of a shot. But there's a couple of times, and I say a few of times, where about 15, 18 seconds, third pick and rolls, reverse whatever, Ortega just was coming downhill at the elbow. I'm like, okay, like everyone's waiting for us to still be out there running the play. We're catching them by surprise by being aggressive and, taking it straight to the gut of the defense and then kicking out or whatnot. So I really like not being so offensive play minded and sometimes go create your own. Even Aberdeen sometimes can do that. We've seen when we were at LSU, it was a lot of the pick and pick kind of method that they did against them, pit the guard and then roll and pick the big as well. And Aberdeen scored quite a bit. They ran that play a few times, but it never really seemed to work like it did in LSU. But
our bigs pass the ball very well. I will say that for the most part they do, like especially on that pick and roll. You get somebody streaking in from the baseline or you get somebody on a backdoor cut. Like they can drop it off to them more times than not. So I do like that. But I will tell you, I was a little frustrated. I mean, we know I'm a little biased toward Trent. I always will be.
Right.
Like, I'm glad Cam's back. I really am. But the fact that you gave Trent no minutes today, what bothers me about that is what if Cam has a setback?
Right.
And then you're just going to put him back in and put him in that spot. I feel like to keep people fresh, you got to play them. And the thing is Trent does not hurt you on defense. People try to say he doesn't. He's one of the better on-ball defenders, I will say.
You could definitely tell he's gotten more physical on defense. They may be quicker than him, but he uses his body to keep them in check. Instead of going straight down north and south on it, he carries them or hurdles them to the east and west with his physicality.
Yeah, he's able to. It doesn't matter if they're bigger than him or not.
Yeah, but just looking at the minutes, go ahead.
Well, me and you were talking about this with Cam back. Cam is kind of the guy that comes in for Ortega. and they give each other breaks, and that's what Trent was doing. I feel like he could also play one of those other positions. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very versatile. So I feel like he could play, like maybe even come in and give a relief to Yelovich every now and then.
It depends on how they're playing, but yes, I do agree.
Yeah, I get that.
Because if Marino's in, I could see, Marino at 7 foot being the center, the true center, and letting Trent kind of vary out at the 3-point line and be a stretch 4 with that. But it depends on how their bigs are against us too. But yes, I do think, because even last year they kind of had Trent at the 4 more than the 3 until the Tennessee game. They said, oh, he can shoot well, let's put him at the 3, which is crazy if you didn't know that. But looking at least
that can help stretch the floor, can it not?
Exactly. Right.
You got to shoot,
especially
somebody that can shoot. So
the lineup and I'm just trying to off the top of the dome here with that, what lineup I would like to see with Noah at the 4, if it were ever to be, is Aberdeen and Otega both in. I'd even maybe like to see Cam, because he gives you some height, size, even at the 3 if you're, or the 2, whatever you're playing him. And then with I want to say Mo, just because of the physicality that he brings, but he's too short to be that 5 in that situation. So I think I'm going to say Garrison, because I feel like Garrison is more physical than Marino at this level, at this time, even though Marino is,
like I said, Marino's young. He's learning.
Right. And he got in foul trouble today. He only played under 13 minutes today. Yelovich also was 13:40. Otega played almost 39 minutes. Aberdeen was in 37 minutes. Chandler played 30 minutes. Garrison gave 25 great minutes. Mo played 20. Did I say 20? Yeah, 25. And Mo played 21. Cam had 17 for his first game back. I thought that was actually a little high for him. And then Jasper had 2 minutes and 50 seconds and went 1 for 1 from the field.
You say that was Jasper?
Jasper, yeah. Now, I like the plus or minus stat, if you will. Sometimes I think it can be a little biased on how it's ran, but Chandler and Yelovich were the only ones in a negative for today's game. Chandler was a -3. Yelovich was a -2. Garrison was a +11, and Mo was a +10. So it definitely showed that our big guys played well with the lineups that they were in. Trying to see how well did they shoot against us, because it felt like they could not shoot. First half, they shot 48% from the field goal, 45 from 3 in the first half. They went 5 or 11 from the 3-point line and 6 and 8 from the free throw. And for the second, oh, wow, I didn't realize this, Mark. Wow, that makes sense what we were saying now. They shot 51% in the second half, but they were 0 from 9 from the 3-point line.
I mean, we got lucky in several plays. We really did.
Yeah, if they would have, okay, they shot 11 the first half, made 5. Let's say they shot 11 second half, made 5. That's an extra, what? You're the math. Well, I guess 5 points. How much? Yeah, that'd be an extra 5 points, right?
If they'd hit 5 of those 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of 2,
and 3. Yeah, so that definitely would have made it a lot closer of a game.
Now, if they'd hit 5 threes on top of what the 2s they had, that'd have been 15 more points. So.
Right, but I was just saying that if those 2s were 3s, because they wouldn't have possibly had that shot on that. All right, let's see here. Oh, sorry, guys. I was in the other screen looking at stats. Gerard popping in here.
I've already brought up every one of those comments.
Oh, sorry. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I said, say what's up. So
awesome. That sounds good. Okay. I do want to talk about this. I didn't see icons. Let's see here. Now get that. Sorry, JQ back in the lineup. And remember against go. Here's my thing. I don't really think Pope missed a lot on the portal this year. Call me crazy, but if JQ was here fully healthy, granted, I know we signed him to whatever $2 million with him having an ACL, but he was supposed to be healthy and he got healthy, but then had a setback during whatever happened. Low, honestly, Mark, how many times? Well, I don't know, but when we were going to the pro games or the media day for the pro showing, whatever, they were talking about this was Lowe's team. Otega is going to be the guy or a guy, but Lowe is the leader of the team as far as creating shots, his own shots, setting people up. So if Lowe doesn't get hurt, I do think this is a totally different discussion of a team. Not to mention Cam went out as well. So, I mean, we have been injury prone for the past 2 years. So I don't want to make excuses and say this is why we're bad, which we won today, so we're good. But I don't think we really struck out. We just had some bad luck. I mean, you agree or you disagree?
Kind of both. Like, I feel like we have very talented players. I just don't feel like we gel together. I've said that from the get-go. You can have really good players that don't make a good team. I mean, that can happen. And I kind of feel like, like what Dougie's saying right here. The roster built this year just didn't fit. Like the pieces, it's almost like having puzzle pieces, and all of a sudden you put one piece in that's wrong or backwards, and all of a sudden the rest of the pieces can't gel together. And I'm not saying that's a particular player. I'm just saying it's almost like either personalities clashed, egos clashed, and it's crazy for me to even think that, but because watching them practice and watching them, it looks like they have pretty good rapport. But I just don't know. I think I don't know. I just and you got to ask who's that looking. You know what I mean? Who's looking at the talent? Who's putting these pieces together? It's not just Pope by himself. There's several people involved, and everybody thought JQ would be back. So,
right. Hey, Caleb, getting in here. What's up, man? We appreciate you jumping in. Who had Brandon Garrison as instrumental piece today? Who had him on the bingo card? That's what I thought it was going to say at first.
I did not. I mean, and I hate to say it, but he's only showed up for one game this year so far, and then today.
Hey,
let's be honest. He really only showed up for one game and today. Now today, Pope gave him that opportunity.
And he
that was
capitalized
my
on it.
whole argument with giving Trent some minutes is to give him that opportunity.
Right.
Like you don't, man. You can't do anything if you're sitting.
Caleb says that JQ won't play this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not holding my breath for him to play, but if we have a higher seed in the NCAA tournament, like if we went out and somehow won the SEC tournament and then got like a 3 or 4 seed in the NCAA, watch out. He may say, hey, we looking good right now, but I don't think that's going to happen. It'd be tough for us to get past Florida. If we get past who we play, Ole Miss tomorrow?
No, we play Missouri.
Missouri, that's right. Who
we need a little revenge on them because we let them come into our place and beat us, and we should have won that game, and we'd never been playing on Wednesday. That's the problem. We should have never been playing on a Wednesday. If we'd have, took care of business in a couple of those SEC games that we should have took care of business in, we would have been fine.
Don't know if I'm locking up or if it's you, Mark. Of course, we know the weather's coming, so hopefully we can get through this. Not for sure what you said. If you want to try to say it again,
I don't even remember what I said now.
Okay.
I've been talking all over the place.
I got you, but okay, let's just go ahead and jump into this. So we've had Keegan mention twice in our comments here about the GM for next year or whenever. I didn't know who he was. I'll be honest. I had to look him up first. And, of course, there's been talk about him. He was on the staff at BYU with Pope. He was a lead person for video recording, I guess, of that and kind of scouting the films or whatnot. And then I think last year he moved to a different team. I cannot remember who it was. I totally looked it up. It was a good team. Anyways.
So you're breaking up on me now. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, it's just Starlink. Hey, Elam, you're going to have to get this fixed, man. But Keegan is the talk, possibly being the GM. I don't know much about him. I mean, when you hear he came from BYU, Dougie did say that he was helped Pope get Amari Williams last year. I don't know how. Please explain that if you don't care, because Keegan wasn't with Kentucky last year. I don't think so. Amari came to Kentucky, not BYU.
We have connections with being at BYU together.
Right, but Amari Williams wasn't there. I mean, so that's where I'm kind of lost.
You're talking about
Amir. Wasn't at BYU. Let's see here. 5 by 5 here. Got me lost on that. Yes, Amir Williams. I'm sorry, I said Amari. I'm going pros there. But we messaged just now on not Instagram, but Twitter, who I think should be someone that could be considered, and maybe he'll join us now since we brought this up. But Beckham, Twani Beckham, why have we not even mentioned him? Exactly. Really La Familia was just kind of put together because these other teams had the Ohio States, whatever, and all this stuff going on. And you see the overseas teams, and all of a sudden we've got a former Kentucky team that we're like, this probably ain't going to be good. I think the first year they weren't really the greatest shape because it was kind of put together last second. Cousins were supposed to be doing something. But then when Beckham took over, I mean, it was very political. Oh, not political. What am I trying to say? Out there, publicized. There we go. They had these meet and greets, these signings. We got behind them. We've seen how well they played. We've seen them on Twitter everywhere. They made appearances, and Beckham really put them out there to know that this team was back. And we got Khalil Whitney back even for next year. So he's managing. He GM. He got Sean Woods to even be the head coach. So he's showing that he can actually be a GM of a team here. So
do you think Khalil will actually come back next year?
Could you imagine if Beckham was the GM, how much better of a chance we'd have since that relationship from La Familia is there? So,
well, I mean they're saying we're set to hire Keegan Brown. Like,
are they saying that now? Because that was the rumor that he was the one being interviewed.
They've got an article. Kentucky basketball set to hire Keegan Brown for front office.
Okay,
it's on 3 as well.
20, I'm pushing for you, man, because we've never had a GM. So why not give you a shot for the first GM at Kentucky? A former player who is doing it with former players with La Familia. Why would we not want someone that's here that knows the business? I mean, very business-minded. If you remember, Mark, we actually talked about him at the media day with Cameron Mills. He's like, hey, man, like that's 20 right there. He put the La Familia together. Like he's doing a great job with them. He instantly was talking him up about what all he's done, and they didn't even play together. Like, you know, those were years apart from each other. Oh, let's see here. Bobby says, talking about he won't be the GM, talking about a different role for Keegan. So
maybe he's taking over the video and analytics side of things. I mean, I don't know.
Right. I mean,
that's kind of what he did at BYU from my gathering under Pope. And by the way, if you go to search up Keegan Brown and you want to know something about him, there's also a guy that's called The Needle that is a professional dart player from over in England named Keegan Brown, spelled exactly the same. It kind of threw me off when I was looking him up. I was like, why are we hiring an English professional darts player? And
I bet you Jared Smith knew him.
Brown. So.
All right. Icon says there are 2 different jobs at UK right now open. Player development, scouting. So that sounds like the Keegan and the GM. You know what, Mark? I'm going to put in my name for that development and scouting. If it's open, I'm going to apply.
Yeah,
see how it goes. Hey, now, I mean, I'm joking, but I do okay as far as scouting people. Let's be honest.
See, I like what Caleb's saying there. Could you imagine if Pat Riley came back to GM?
I mean, okay, I would love that, but I'm a little bit of a Miami Heat fan because of Pat Riley and the Kentucky players that we've had. Shout out Bam, who had 83 points yesterday. But he's missed out on a few big off seasons, we'll say, or trades here lately. And one story was that he took a nap at 3 p.m. to miss out on a trade for Damian Lillard. So man's getting old. He's got to take them midday naps. So I don't know.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good nap, man.
Icon says he figured Patino for GM, but he wouldn't be there long at all.
I was like, Patino? Like,
I mean, he's 80. Is he in his 80s? You know, he's what, 74, I think, maybe? I can't remember how old he really is, but like I don't see Dad being the GM of University of Kentucky basketball. If anything, I thought maybe he could be an assistant, coach, but he's doing great with St. John's. But if he could be like a mentoring on the bench for Pope, I think it'd be great. Another great suggestion here, and I think we mentioned that once because he's in the front office with, I think, the Pistons right now, is Tayshaun Prince. Wouldn't it be crazy if Calipari were there to be GM? Whew, Johnny, you had to go there. It would be interesting because he could definitely get the players. We know that, but it would be a different pitch to get the players to come to Kentucky than what Pope wants. So do you guys know what time they play tomorrow? I do not. I can look it up real quick, but I'd say it's another mid-game.
Again, I'm wanting to say 1:30, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. UK Mizzou game. I know. Yep, that's 12:30 again. 12:30. Thank you. Also, Doug. All right. So let's see here.
Auburn could beat Tennessee tomorrow.
They will go young for the GM role, whoever it is. I agree. My opinion, 12:30 displayed today is why he was the second Team SCC rather than the first team selfish, and I really believe he hates to see others do better than him. I might have missed who we talking about here. I'm going to guess that you're talking about Otega.
You know,
I'm assuming Otega.
I literally had a kid walk into my room today and say, "Why don't they take him out?" And as a ball player, and I thought he was joking at first, and he wasn't. He was like, he ain't passing the ball.
Yeah,
like I said,
I don't know, man.
He has won several games for us, like just taking over offensively, being dynamic.
Nazi Mohammed is also at an assistant GM position. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I don't know if that's John or Brad, but shout out to either one of you guys with College Sportscast. But yeah, Nazi had a great run in the NBA. I think
you were saying Tony Duck for GM.
I would love that, but again, he's been doing.
He told you a little kid eating boneless wings.
Absolutely, Tony, calling me a child. But anyways, I get it. But he has been doing scouting and developing for I think, what do you say, the Mavericks, and there's position open for Kentucky. Like, why not, Pope? Like, I would rather have alumni in these roles than someone that we don't know that's giving them a shot. But that's just me. So we've got Nazi, Tayshaun, Beckham, Tony. Who else we got that could do this? I even thought Jeff Shepard, but he's not into it. Let's see here. I knew with Williams coming back, Trent wasn't going to get any minutes. I kind of told Mark that too when we were talking about it, that unfortunately. But again, I thought Cam playing 17 minutes in his first game back was a little much for him, but he must be more healthy than what we thought. It won't be a former player unless they have had a role like that before. I am glad Hawthorne is coming back next year. Okay, I want to talk about that first this year.
We know I know he said it, but guys, we're in the land of NIL. Like,
yes,
I hope he does. Like, because I want to see him play. I've seen the kid in practice, and he's a beast. But I hope he does.
Yes, we can't say everything that we know, because, sometimes we actually do know stuff. But I can tell you this. Hawthorne does want to be at Kentucky. As you can say, that's why he said it. But you got to think, guys, if Pope goes a different way whenever he gets the NILs or the transfer portal coming in, any person, even Trent, if it doesn't look like it's going to be best for them in the team situation, they shouldn't stay, as much as I want them to. But if Trent really could get if he could get an Ole Miss team that really wants him to play and get those threes shot up a lot more, how could we hate him for leaving? Like, he's not getting the minutes now, and he can shoot. Honestly, who was the guy for LSU that was killing us?
McKinnon.
He had 20-some points. Like, he literally can play like that. Yeah, Trent plays that same way when he has his confidence. So, of course, Kentucky was leaving their feet on everything. So that's a little bit of a problem. But anyways, so we meant to talk about that earlier when we were talking about bad defense. But, yeah, whoever was on him jumped. As reported last summer, Matt Jones and other outlets.
Now, I didn't realize that. I didn't know they signed 2-year deals.
Yes. Actually, we were talking about this. I didn't see where you put that out there, but if you can bring that up. Icon showed up at work, and we talked about that a little bit. So, yes, some of the deals are a 2-year deal. So when people talk about that $22 million, some of those conversations are with second-year deals. And the way it was explained to me was the strictness, I guess we'll say, of the NIL for next year. It goes in effect next year. So it's almost like, hey, come here for 2 years. We're going to pay you this year, and we're going to have this extra that we can pay you for next year so that we can have more. So let's see here. Caleb's saying he believes that we do get Stokes. Trent would have been a star at South Carolina. See, I hate to say it, but I think he would have been more comfortable because he would have got a lot more minutes and plays drawn up for him to shoot.
He'd be playing with Michi.
Yep, Trent didn't get shots and minutes because we don't have a team that can get him clear open shots all the time. I agree. Like, I've said this a few times on here. Trent needs plays drawn up for him to be like a Cameron Mills coming off the corner, getting the pass there and square up and shooting. Pope doesn't really show too many plays like that. He shows more of, hey, we're going to set the pick, you get the ball here, and you read what the defense has, and you create from there. So, let's see here. We have 12 guys that can come back, and nobody officially coming in yet. Okay. I want to get this off my chest since it was mentioned up here. Caleb said that we get Stokes. personally, if Stokes has us a second guess or second option, I don't really care if we get him or not. Obviously, he's a great player. I love his dad, Stokes, even though he played for Tennessee. Loved watching him. Thought he should have come to Kentucky. So if we could get his son, that would be great. But if you'd rather go to Kansas, but they just can't make the money happen, why do we want him? I mean, we have proved that we could do stuff in the NIL. I mean, I get it. It's very scary that we don't have one single freshman coming in. But at the same time, we're going to get NIL people to be coming. And if everyone was healthy, this would be a scary team.
I saw David share this. He said the NIL could change in a couple weeks with Trump's executive order. I don't think I've really read up on that. I'll be 100% honest with you. I get so sick of politics. I try not to stay up on it because I would rather watch sports and enjoy myself. But if you can elaborate on that, I'd be glad to hear it. What you
listen, guys? I'm loving all these comments, but they're coming in a little fast. So I don't know where we left off at here.
I don't either. So if we miss your comment, apologize.
Yes, he proved himself last year, and then with the rebounds, 50-50 balls, fighting. I'm not for sure what that one was about.
I agree.
That was great.
He's saying he proved with his hustle, basically.
Oh, you're talking about Trent on that one. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so Johnny says, now, honestly, I would pick Kentucky Wildcat alumni that generally understands all about Kentucky basketball and the aspects about it and have true respect for the team to be GM instead of a random coaches or whoever, but it's up to Kentucky to pick the GM. You know what? First of all, I'm proud that I read that so smooth because that's at least 3 lines there. So pat on my back.
I'm shocked that you read that so smooth.
I know it. I perfect to a T. But yes, Johnny, I agree with you. I mean, that's why we're fine with Pope. Hey, you're an alum. Let's give you a shot and see how you do. Let's see here. I really believe the whole roster is rehaul. Egan and Pope are going back to shooting next season. We thought we were going to shooting a little bit this season. It just hasn't panned out that way. Let's see here. I might have missed this one too. Might be talking about Stokes with that. The whole Trump deal would be stopped within an hour of him signing it from some law firm suing him over it. Yeah, you know what? Ooh, hey, please let me know if this is John or Brad, but Chuck Hayes is with the Golden State Warriors as director of basketball operations. I like that. That would be interesting. Jamal McGlure works with basketball development and as a community ambassador for the Toronto Raptors. Look at you dropping all these names out here. This is the most important offseason for Pope. This comment right here, 100%. Because beginning of this year, Mark, I looked at you and said, and I asked you anyways, what would be a fail for this year? And I answered myself by saying we made it to the 16 last year, so it would be a fail if we didn't make it back. Obviously, I don't think we're making it to the Sweet 16 this year.
See, but
due to injuries.
Let me stop right there. I think we could. I think we still have the talent to do it. But are we going to put it together and do it? That's my problem. I could totally see this team going on a run because when they're hot, they're clicking, they're letting their good defense turn into offense. They look amazing. Mm-hmm. They really do. It's like a different team. They get that spark and they'll do these little 5-minute spurts where they just they shut you down and then they score. So, but then we also go on those droughts where we go 5 to 8 minutes and we don't score. So if we can keep it together, I mean, I honestly think that this team could go on a run. And I was actually talking with somebody the other day. I could even say this, that if we beat Missouri tomorrow, I could see us beating Florida. I mean, you got to think about this. Florida plays really well. They shot lights out at Rupp Arena, and we still battled back and had it within 4. And I'd already basically gave up on that game. So I'm not saying we will. I'm saying I think we have
with an out of bounds, with someone out of bounds, and still, didn't get the call. But that's no shots at the refs. We really had a chance there. All right, that's way too much. I'll let you go ahead with that.
Says Nazir Muhammad, general manager, Oklahoma City Blue. He currently serves as the GM of the Thunder's NBA G League affiliate, director of team personnel. In addition to his GM duties, he is a pro personnel evaluator for the Thunder organization.
Oh, wow. Okay, Nazi. We ended up with these two. We ended up with who we got because 2 point guards leave late, and then we had to go get who we could. I mean, yes, there was some bouncing there at the end, but I do agree. Last year we were awesome on offense and horrible on defense, so it was a little bit of a change. They even worked on defense prior to when they did last year to this year and said we need to be more defensive minded. And the offense, in my opinion, does show that they struggle. I talked about this yesterday at the Little League assessment that we had yesterday, that Kentucky's baskets really look like they are super hard earned. Like there's nothing comes easy for them anymore. When you have these other teams like run a set players like, oh, wow, that was wide open. That was to a T. But it feels like we have to grind for every basket. And that's what worries me. If a team's going to make a run or a big push here in the NCAA tournament, these baskets need to be more fluent. Like our offense needs to be a lot better.
And David mentioned a minute ago about the rebounding. That's something that does hurt this team too. We give up way too many offensive rebounds. And that is, see, that's one area I feel like Trent really does well at too. He's after every loose ball. Now, he's not getting every rebound, but I'm saying he goes after those 50.
He boxes out.
Yeah, he does what you're supposed to do. He's not, because he knows athletically he's not just going to out jump him. I mean, yeah, he can jump, but I'm saying – so he uses his body, and that's what you're supposed to do. I think sometimes we get caught up and we think, oh, yeah, we can just jump with them and get the rebound. Everybody can jump with you in this league. That's just what it is. You got to box out.
Icon saying he agrees with you, does see that we could make it in Sweet 16. I think we could too. I'm not saying that we can't. It's just I would say it's the odds are not in our favor on this. But, I mean, if Cam's hitting threes, Ortega's driving, making his layups, Garrison hitting threes like he did, Yelovich is hitting threes. If everyone plays to their top capacity as they can individually and as a team, yes, this is a good team. So we just got to see something that we haven't seen together all season. So that's my only hiccup on it. But, yeah, I think we could beat Florida if we play a perfect game, not have our – we have too many mental breakdowns on defense.
We got to make it there first, though. That's the key. We got to beat Missouri. You got work to do tomorrow.
Right.
Because everybody talks about how playing 5 games in 5 days, it wears you down. Yes, but it can also let you get hot. Like if you're playing well and you get to play the very next day, that can carry over. So today, I don't even really feel like we played that great.
Right.
Maybe we can get playing a little better tomorrow. Now we're used to, we're used to the game. We're used to the bounce. We're used to the rims. Maybe we can get a little something going.
Mm-hmm. If we could hit threes in the last Florida game, I believe we could have won that game. I didn't get to actually watch that game.
I watched pieces. I went up
call out for
the first half with Dad.
Chuck Hayes. Oh, yeah. We need a rim protector. Are we talking about this year or for next year? Because that's one thing I was talking about earlier when if Trent could get in at the 4, we have to have someone that can totally lock down that paint. Chandler needs to drive more instead of staying behind the 3-point line. I'm going to disagree with that for the fact that if Aberdeen and Ortega are already doing it, I'd rather him focus for that 3 to be that guy that steps up to shoot it. Now, if Aberdeen or Ortega's off the court and Cam is in or – for the rim protector. Yeah, I agree with that. But as far as Chandler, he's unfortunately, we can only go as far as Chandler takes us, in my opinion. If he's playing the 2 guard, he's got to be that knockdown 3. And he didn't make any today. He really wanted to make some. I mean, the first 2 shots were forced, I felt like. But I feel like Ortega,
he seemed just off the last few games. Like his head's not there.
I really think when he misses his first shot, he wants to make that next shot so bad. No, like he goes over committed to trying to make his next shot. And I think it overcompensates by doing that because that second shot that he shot today, the very first play, it looked good. It was a good shot, and he just missed it. The second one come down, and he still shot the very next shot. I felt like he was like, oh, I'm going to make this one. And he missed it, and it was way off rhythm, out of sync, and it just looked pitiful. So that's what I'm afraid of because Chandler has to have at least 10 points for us to make a run in anything. But luckily, Garrison was able to have over 10 points this game and help us out there. Guys, listen.
I love the fact that we can have these conversations about these players and we can do like constructive criticism type things. Unlike some of these sites where people just badmouth these kids, man. It kills me. Like, You can't. So and so's a bum. Well, elaborate. Like he shouldn't even be playing. Well, elaborate. Like what do you think? You got to be constructive with that criticism, and everybody thinks that. And this is what kills me. Some of the ones that are loudest are people that haven't even ever played the sport. So
Yeah,
kills me.
I mean, here's one thing. I honestly think that you and I, we bring good content. I mean, we do really good stuff with what we talk about. I mean, we're not giving like 100% stats on like, the X factor of this because he shot 4 shots yesterday. Now tomorrow he's going to be. We're not doing that, but at the same time, we're not calling out these players or coaches to try to get clickbait. Like you said, bum. Even Icon showed me a thing. I think it was wasn't on 68 field of 68 or whatever. It literally had every team and here's how they make a run videos. Like it was just totally clickbait for everyone to try to get those. Well, you didn't really mean it. Oh, here he actually is talking about that. Ask Michael what I showed him on one of the podcasts that he was talking about. So
yes,
yeah,
Keyboard Warriors.
Yes, I like that.
People are.
So that's kind of my thing on this is, we are fans of the game and we just have a podcast. We talk about it where we can talk about it with you guys, and we're still bleeding blue even when we say something negative in some form or fashion. We're here to still support. And speaking of support, guys, don't forget to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're at 430. We're on a road to 500. We need your support to help us out with that. We got 15 people in here live right now between Facebook and YouTube. And if you're watching it on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe. And if you're not, if you're on Facebook, go over to YouTube and help us out too, because once we get to 500, we could possibly start making some moolah on this, and my Airwives will be happy. With that being said, Mark, what are the comments we got going on? I bet Wilkerson should came to Kentucky now that he's not being in the tournament. I have and always will be a Kentucky Wildcat fan. We will too.
Us. I mean, I get frustrated. Like last period today, when the kids had finished their test, we were sitting there watching the game, talking about it, and like,
because he's a teacher,
they could tell that I was getting frustrated. You know what I mean? Like they could tell that, and I said, guys, this is what bothers me. And I saw somebody mention it earlier. Like this year, we were trying to say we were building around defense, but we don't play defense. That like, we have spurts where we just don't play, and I'm like, why are we going under screens? Why are we not talking? Why are we not going back after we switch? I mean, it's just little things like that. And when you give a player like McKinnon that extra step where he can weasel his way into the paint, he's crafty enough to get a basket. And you play a team like Florida and you leave them with those open shots, well, you see what happens.
Yeah, it's going
so,
but it's fixable. That is fixable. Communication is fixable. You just have to buy into actually talking. And guys, actually, speaking of communication, if you didn't check us out on TikTok, we've got a video where I was at the SEC tournament, got to ask Tiani Key about her communication on the 2-3 zone, and she did a little elaboration on how important it is. Our defense may need to go and listen to that. Do you all think coaching it's coaching okay, staff not doing their job? I'm sorry. Do you all think it's coaching
or the staff?
That's
what it means.
Okay, all right.
You think it's coaching or the staff not doing what they're supposed to be doing?
Listen, I'm sorry.
A bunch of things, personally.
I'm sorry. Look at this wonderful mic. I love it. Said it's working good. What do I think? I'm trying to think how I'm going to say this, because you can tell someone to communicate, but usually the problem, what I've learned in business, is it's not the lack of communication that's the problem. It's the thought of communication that's going on.
And I can picture right now is Major Payne.
Why's that? Is that what he said?
What we have here is a failure to communicate. I mean, that's so. I can see Pope. Never mind. I'm over.
So I don't know who's at fault on that, because it's a lack of mental toughness, if you will. And if the coaches, if we can see it from our TVs, why are the coaches not addressing it? And, Garrison's playing time has definitely went down through this season, and he's one that we see a lot that doesn't do that communicating. Yelovich, like I said, got to start back again because someplace. I mean, he got taken out for not hustling once. A real Cats fan wouldn't be wearing red on their podcast. This is actually a burnt orange. It's not red, so
I don't think that's going to help your argument if you're saying you're wearing orange.
It's burnt orange. It's like a Texas orange. Plus, it's Carhartt, man. Like
Texas is in the SEC too.
That's so weird now. Like I liked Texas when Vince Young was there for the college playoffs, or not playoffs, but
now listen, you guys can
Rose
hate
Bowl.
on. I'm going to wear red a lot because I'm a diehard Cincinnati Reds fan too. So it's going.
Of course, I thought this Bobby at first was the Georgia Bobby Ray, but it's not. It's BBN Bobby. I appreciate that though. But I mean, you're going to talk to me about this, but look, I got Cousins back here. I got the autograph from 2014, and you ain't even seen that side of the wall. But actually, Mark, I don't know if you may have any, but if you got a Bam autograph card or something, you might want to check it out and see if you could sell it right now after his 83 points. I bet you.
I actually traded one of his jersey cards the other day.
Oh, wow. Bet you wish you'd waited a little bit longer.
No, not really. I got a nice graded Lynn Bowden autograph, so I like it.
Oh, okay. All right. Will we be back tomorrow? That's a great question. That is a great question. Oh, Dad's on here. Good night. Go Big Blue. Dad actually talked to me. He said, Michael, after church was leaving, goes, are y'all doing your all's little Cats chat tonight? Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it. A little Cats chat. I said, yeah, Dad. He goes, well, I don't want to type all this out, but I'd like to see how many games each of these coaches won in their first 2 or 3 years, because people giving Pope a hard time. So I did look something up, and I showed him that Gillespie's only lost or won 3 games less than what Pope has. But some of these team or coaches actually took a dip in their year 2. So, you know, they call it the sophomore slump. So let's just see how it goes. Caleb said he's a Titans fan. Now that Wan'Dale Robinson's there, I'd be a little bit of a Titans fan too.
What a deal he signed. $38 million guaranteed, can be $78 million. That's crazy.
There's a Reds fan too.
Yeah, I'll check that out. See, that's one thing we're not going to do. We ain't going to do clickbait. Now, we might try to make a pretty little thing if we're having somebody on to talk to make people want to come watch the show, but I ain't doing clickbait to be clickbait. I told you when me and Michael first started to do this, I said, I want this to be different. I don't want to be just like every other podcast, because I don't just want to be here spitting stats to you guys. I like just talking about the game. I'm not the greatest basketball mind, but when you got a guy that played in the post, and basically even when he played in church league, just listen to his little brother tell him where to go. If I can see that we're not doing the right thing on defense, something's wrong.
I appreciate that, by the way. Thank you. Because he killed me shooting the threes when they weren't going. He's been a fan since Eddie George played. That's a long time ago. You must be our age. Will Steins, like Will Stein said, if you scared, go to church. I thought that was hilarious. I don't know if you heard him or not, but with KSR, he was talking about, Matt Jones asked him about the schedule for this upcoming season. He said, it's crazy. And he's like, oh yeah, man, bring it on. It's like, if you're scared, go to church. We're here to prove that we're supposed to be here. I'm like, all right, man, I'm good with this. 42. I will be 40 in less than 30 days.
I saw somebody else post that they were a Bengals fan. We like the Bengals too. We've actually tossed around the idea of maybe doing a little Bengals coverage, if we can.
Everett, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know Caleb Kelly.
Wait a second. I think I know him, actually.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I know who you are, that you said you're a couple years older than me and played for Everett. It's crazy how we can think.
I'm turning 46. I love the fact that you're turning 40.
Shut up.
When I turned 40, it wasn't a big deal because it's during COVID. So it's like we couldn't really do much. Just get out there, like happy birthday.
Yeah. The question earlier, are we going to do this tomorrow? I mean, we usually do once a week, but if we win, we can jump on here.
If I'm available, I will. I don't think I have. The only thing I may have to go do tomorrow is I may have to go pick up a dishwasher that my wife is buying. So
appreciate it, Brent. Yes, Caleb, I totally know who you are now. Listen, I'm horrible with names. When you said Everett's 2 years older than me, I know exactly who you're talking about now. Like, we can go. I haven't been in high school in over 20 years, but when we talk sports, like who played where, like I've got it. It's crazy how we care about sports that much. Young men only 72. Hey, I like that. That's how old her dad is. Actually, Dad's 74 now.
When you got some of the older guys sticking around listening, you think maybe at least a little bit of what you're saying might be making sense, because they ain't going to stick around and watch if you're spitting off Poppycock.
That's right. Live in Letcher County now. All right. Sorry. You went from Everett to Letcher County. Man, poor guy. South Carolina going to be Oklahoma. We'll see 42 here as well. Mark, let me see here. What year did you go to Cumberland? 98, was it?
Who, me? I graduated in 98. I was at Cumberland in
96 then, what?
95, 96, and 96, 97.
Okay. Bobby, just so you know, I think Lexington, sorry, I dropped this, is about to play the Reds games this year. I don't know if you've seen that, Mark, but what is it? I about said WTUK.
WKYT. Yeah, but I don't know if you saw, it's just like 10 games. It's like a game a month.
Oh.
It's not that big of a deal. But I got a buddy who's a really awesome guy who let me sneak in his MLB thing, so I get to watch every game.
Well, I mean, if you want,
you need better
another good buddy that. Oh man, guys, if y'all can help me out with any of that stuff, I don't even have the ESPN app or a membership with it. But all I do is watch YouTube. Thank you, people who share stuff.
I'm gonna prove to you right now how big of a Kentucky fan I am, though. Because
Bulldogs going on.
I told my kids earlier. I said, listen, guys, I know this is math class. Let me get through what I got to get through today. Got to teach this lesson. We'll watch the game. So
I was born in 86, but
I could not get my old computer to hook to my smart board because if you hook it to the internet, they've shut down all those old computers, and I'm afraid it's going to shut it down. So I was trying to find a way to get the game on. Well, I couldn't log into ESPN because I had to go through Dish Network to do that, and it wouldn't let you on there, the website. So I couldn't sign into ESPN. So I'm sitting here panicking. Bad. I'm messaging buddies I know that might have YouTube TV. And I'm like, hey, I know I can get into YouTube TV here. I won't put it on 500 devices. I just want to be able to watch these games, especially with March Madness coming up. I went down the hall. I found Mr. Wireman. I was like, hey, I really need an HDMI cord. And he found me one, and we was watching the game. So that's how dedicated I am. Like
I got you. Well, let's be honest. Back in the 90s when we were in school, they rolled the big tube box with the VCR plugged in during school so we could watch these games. Like that was a good memory for me in the second, third, fourth, fifth grade and all this stuff when we took time out of the day to support our cats. This year, my senior year at Everett's, Cumberland won the region. You guys
went to state, Michael.
Yep. 2003. I remember that. I think I was serious. It's been over 20 years now. So I was a starter now, right? Can you remember that far, Mark, or no?
Yeah, I think so. That's pretty cool.
No, I definitely wasn't.
That's pretty cool that he works at Cowan. I think I DJ'd a dance over there not too long ago.
I'm pretty sure Kyra Hendrickson works there. I graduated with her in high school.
Well, I think that's where I DJ. We had family that lived on Cowan. We used to come over to Cowan quite often. So
yes, actually, yeah, it was Cowan. I was going to say Gordon, but it was Cowan. Right there at the Cowan Community Center.
That's where I had my rehearsal dinner.
Oh, that is right. I remember that. Yes. Yep. Yeah, Lee, we're going way back. I hate that. That's too much. Go ahead, Mark.
I hate that preseason stuff on SEC Plus, which is basically ESPN only. I hate that. I took my TV to my laptop. I hooked my TV to my laptop for me and Courtney. Yeah, that's
pretty smart, actually. A lot of radio. See here, Cumberland beat us in the district championship at Everett's. No, wait, let's see here. No, it was at Cumberland that year. The next year when my senior year was at Everett's. But yes, the Eddie Creech, the Chris Wilsons, good times. The Blake Hubs, Harlan, I guess, had Seth Haywood at that time, or John Smith. Miss Kevin Reed. Where's Kevin Reed nowadays? Because he went to Camp Nathaniel quite a bit. I see him every now and then on Facebook, but man, I ain't talked to him 20 plus years, so I don't even know if he would remember me. But I want to say he's like in Japan or something. Like he's all around the world, it seems like. Chris Brewer. I don't know who this guy is. Who's Chris Brewer?
Dude, I remember having to play against TJ Brewer at Camp Nathaniel.
Oh, yeah.
He was so big.
Camp Nathaniel days. We're totally off subject here, guys. We're reminiscing on this. But and it kills me because, you and Britt won the Camp Nathaniel basketball stuff a few times over there.
I never lost the tournament my high school years.
I never won a tournament.
Oh, see? Some of us got it.
I'm going to let you have it.
You may have just not had any good big men to play for you.
That's right. No, I remember one year, and I was so upset because everyone on my team, I didn't get to play. I was off the bench, and the team lead didn't know who I was really. And like even my team was like, "Put Michael in. Like we're losing. Put Michael in." And she finally put me in, and we came back really close. I think we ended up winning that game, but it wasn't for the championship. She's like, "Okay, so I guess I need to play more." I was like, "Hey,
like every year I got lucky. They were smart basketball players. Like if you get with people that have a good basketball IQ, you're good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Chris, the 1 foot taller than TJ was. Wow. Okay. Is he really 1 foot taller?
No.
My brother played for Kaywood and Harlan Independent. Trying to think. I remember your brother. I want to say it was James. I think. I'm sorry. Forgot we're live here. I'm just trying to think as we're talking. But yeah. Man, I miss those rivalries that we had. Of course, I look back and I think, man, how crazy we really hated each other at the time, but it was really dumb. It was all innocent.
They were fun rivalries, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Chris is 6'6", TJ was about 6'8", 6'9", I do believe.
6'7", maybe.
Don't do it.
Listen, I try to do it just so
that ain't even cool anymore.
Good, because that's why I'm doing it. I'm trying to get my kids to hate it. My goodness. Speaking of which, Micah is playing in a travel baseball team.
Nice.
We want to see how that goes. And he got to pick his walkout song. They're going to do a walkout song. And I think it's great. And he picked an Andy Mineo. How do you say Andy Mineo?
Mineo? Is it You Can't Stop Me?
It is.
That's a good banger, man. I like that one.
Yeah.
Like
I try to get him to go with POD. Here Comes the Boom.
I make walkout songs for like softball teams and different things. Like I do the voiceover, like now batting number, and then put the music in there. And I do.
Because you're a DJ. Because you're a DJ, right?
That's not why I make walkout mixes. Is because people pay me $10 a mix. So
Mineo,
that's why I do it.
Micah. Andy Mineo. Yeah, Micah had to come out of the room for a second, so I was making sure that's how you said his name.
All right, so we have got totally off topic here.
We have. Oh, when I went to that UK, I was blown away. I didn't know human beings grew that big. And here I thought I was a big guy at 6 foot. Yeah, right. Let's see here. Don't have to work from Letcher. Let's see here. Don't have to work tomorrow. Letcher County girls made the state. That's right. Greg Creech.
Letcher County girls making it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you know Bull Creech, but you probably do. He announces the games. He was part of that 2003 championship team. He was on our coaching staff, but he's put it that he's at Rupp Arena right now. So that's pretty cool that he gets to take part in that as well. We should have thought about this and seen if we could just went to the Sweet 16 and done some coverage.
I mean, I'm sure we could have. I mean, I know enough people where I think we've talked to enough people up there where we probably could have came and covered it.
Mm-hmm. So. But I didn't even think about it. Maybe for next year, especially since we got these wonderful mics. Obviously, guys, it doesn't have to be a purple sticker. There's actually special stickers that can go on this thing. It's pretty neat. Or you can just even do black. But, Mark, we've been over an hour. This is one thing that we don't like to do. I'm too ADHD to be on here for over an hour, and people do not want to listen to me. So, sister graduated from Cumberland. It was Whitney, wasn't it? Pretty sure, because I remember you guys from Cape Nathaniel too. She was, I think, a year older than me. Hung out with Vanessa and them and all that. 2003. Yeah. Okay, I remember her.
I actually saw Vanessa the other day.
Oh, congratulations! Where can they find you at?
You can find me at DJ Mark Lawson on X and on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook, Mark Lawson. You can find me right here. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we jump back on tomorrow. I don't know. If we do jump on tomorrow, it's not going to be no hour. Like it'll just be 20, 30 minutes, and let's say, okay, we wrap this up. The game, but this is what makes it go so much easier is when we have you guys in here with us.
Let's see. Like I told Mike, Pope gets another year, make or break it. Baseball and then off season, then football. Mr. Stein, much to look forward to. Cats fans, come on now. I mean,
I agree. I'm optimistic about some stuff. I've been pessimistic during this season. Our girls team have played lights out. I feel like we played really well. I think we could go on a run in the NCAA tournament as well.
I hope so. Especially, I'm hoping they actually get to play at home. As of right now, that has them as the 5th seed instead of the 4th, where we won't be hosting. But because if we host, I'm going to see if I can get some NCAA tournament passes. I do remember that. Caleb, sorry about that, of course. Let's see here. Give it up, 20 award-winning Brandon Garrison. Oh my goodness. Oh, easy now. We got to wrap the show up after that comment. Of course, you heard where you can find Mark. You can find me, MDLawson00, on all social media platforms. Be sure to check us out on TikTok. We've been posting some stuff on there, and actually, we've gained quite a few followers with there too. But don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube right here as well, as it helps. And comments obviously helps promote the algorithm. I try to say it fast so I say it right.
Ooh, nice.
To keep it out there to be. I've learned if you don't know the word, just act like you do and say it fast. Algorithm. That's where I mess up. The algorithm. See, I have no idea. I stutter so much and mutter my words, nobody can tell anyway. So, but we appreciate you all for staying in here for so long, and all the comments on both YouTube and Facebook as well. Twitter, for some reason, isn't loading at the moment, so hopefully we can get that up going on for next week. But guys, as we always say as we end the show, we do appreciate this, and we're thankful that we get the opportunity to talk Kentucky basketball. But the most important things in our lives, and hopefully it's in your lives, are these 3 little rules. Number 1, love God. Number 2, love others. And number 3, love Kentucky sports.
God bless.